Hello and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I share some of my favorite cult classic products that I love in the makeup industry. So if you have someone you're shopping for this holiday season that you need some ideas for, or if you're someone who just loves makeup and want to try something new, those are the types of things I'll be sharing. And if you'll stay tuned till the end, I share some minutes of motivation about gratitude and changing your perspective about situations. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in hearing, stay tuned for that as well. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Let's get right into it. So this isn't the room that I keep all my makeup in, so I brought a little bag of all the stuff I want to share with you. And I don't have stuff for every single category because I just think that would take too long and I talk a lot, so I wanted to keep it as concise as possible for some of the main things that I think people would like. So let's get rolling. So I'm just going to start with the base makeup. So I have a few foundation type things for recommendations. So there are these three. I'll get into them real quick. The Maybelline Fit Me from the drugstore is literally just such a classic. I think anyone with any type of skin can use this, and it never fails. A little dark for me right now, but summer shade. Next, you all saw me when I just got the Morphe Hint Skin Tint. It's just such a good tinted moisturizer. Like, that's basically what it is, you know, not too much coverage, kind of dewy, but I think it's really good. And lastly, something a little more high-end, although I think these two are close to the same price, but the It Cosmetics CC Cream has been around for so long, and I just think it's a really good, like, light to medium coverage, and I don't know, I just think it's a nice classic. So those are all very talked about, common things, nothing that surprising there. They're some of my favorites, and I think they're a lot of people's favorites. But the concealers, I think I have some hidden gems that no one else talks about. One of them is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Concealer, and this stuff always attracts me because when I put on makeup, I hate the feeling that it's making me break out. So if it says it has some skincare products in it, that always makes me very happy and feel better about when I wear makeup. I don't know if it actually works. I've heard people say that it's like fake almost, that it's not actually doing anything for your skin, but even if it is, I think it's a good concealer. But even if it didn't have hyaluronic acid in it, I think it's just a good texture, good coverage, you know. And my next concealer is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. Again, I don't think I've heard very many people talk about it. It's, again, a good light to medium coverage. First of all, to get some background about me, I hate being cakey. I think I said this in one of my last videos, but having thick makeup is something that I just absolutely hate. So I typically like to go for things that have a lighter to medium coverage so that, you know, it's harder for it to build up and just look super heavy. So that's kind of what both these concealers are, and they're just go-tos. They always look good. So for powders then, I have some good classics. For under eye setting powder, this Wet n Wild thing that has clearly seen a lot of love, that's I think $5 from the drugstore, is my favorite under eye setting powder. It's just the perfect shade, and the bronzer contour powder that comes with it is amazing too. So I can just never live without this. A really good middle of the road powder, I think, that doesn't look too powdery, isn't too light, isn't too heavy, is the CoverGirl one. My mom literally used this. This was my first experience with makeup using this powder, and then I recently got it again, and you know, my mom did good. And I like that you can get a shade in it, so it's not gonna look like white on your face. And that leads me to the next one, which is the MAC Studio Fix powder. Amazing. It literally will smooth out your skin, I feel like, no matter what's underneath of it, and it just always leaves a really nice finish on your skin. Those are some different price points and types of powders. Yeah. So I definitely have some favorite bronzers and blushes, but I feel like they're very basic, and I've been talking a lot about basic products, so maybe in another video I can give you more suggestions on those, but I'm just going to skip that category for this one. So eyebrow products. I've seen both of these a lot, and they're both amazing, but they're also both the exact same thing with a $20 price difference. The Benefit one's amazing, but the Essence one is basically the exact same thing. Let me show you. So if you can see, the shades might not look exactly the same here, but the wand is the exact same thing. But yeah, definitely just get the Essence one. There's no need to get the Benefit one. They're the exact same. But they are great products for your brows, so yeah. Next, I want to show you my favorite mascaras. Again, I only get drugstore mascaras. I used to try and get high-end ones because I just felt fancy, I don't know, but along the way, I've kind of just realized, again, they're kind of the same thing and there's no need to spend that much money on high-end mascaras. And since I'm just getting to know you guys, I figure it's good to get all my core favorites out there. So the 3 that I would say are my favorite are Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. That's like the Better Than Sex dupe, like that. The Maybelline Lash Sensational, that has been my favorite for, I think, ever. Looks like that. And lastly, the Essence Lash Princess. That's one I'm wearing today, actually, even though I'm not really wearing that much makeup. But yeah, those are my favorite mascaras. So for eyeshadows, I really just think you cannot go wrong with Morphe. I have so many of their palettes, and none of them disappoint at all. You can get these 9-pan ones. I have a bunch of the 10-pan ones as well. They have bigger ones that are, I think, 35 pans, but I could be wrong, but I have those also. And of course, the ultimate, if you have a makeup lover in your life who does not have this palette, I think it is a necessity, because it just has everything you'll ever need in an eyeshadow, basically. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but it's really good. And Morphe shadows are just so affordable. And that leads me right into brushes, because I think Morphe brushes are amazing, and also Real Techniques. They're probably my 2 favorite brands for brushes because they just have everything and it's so affordable. I also like affordable things, because who doesn't? So yeah, I have a lot of affordable things. So that was a very brief overview of different products and things that I happen to like that I think would also make great gifts, because they're very universal. If you would like more specific things, I could talk about this stuff forever. So I would love to hear some feedback of what else you want to see, what other types of products, and all things like that. Oh, hi. And if you have made it this far, that means you're here for minutes of motivation with me. I'm filming this just a couple days after Thanksgiving, which has got me thinking a lot about gratitude. And it's something that I've talked about a lot before on my TikToks, even before Thanksgiving came around, but I just think it is so valuable and underappreciated as a way to change your perspective and your mindset. I zoomed you out a little bit, but practicing gratitude daily has been something that has really opened my eyes, especially this year. This year was one of the times with everything going on that I didn't feel like I was completely in my element all the time. Like I was naturally just happy-go-lucky, every day was great, that kind of thing. And that's kind of how I naturally am. And with things being different in school this year, it really didn't feel that way for a long time. And that was a very different experience for me. And I think it's given me a lot more perspective when I talk about these types of things, because I don't think you could just listen to someone who is happy all the time, which again, I'm still a very happy person, but I can totally see how someone who's happy all the time telling other people to just be happy, it's just not gonna work, you know? But just throughout growing up, I feel like I have met so many people and seen their struggles mentally, emotionally, and helped people with ways to get through that and really come out better on the other end. And I think there are a ton of ways that we can do that, and I would just love to help spread awareness to some of those. Because it seems impossible sometimes. It seems like it's not attainable for some people. You might just think, well, I can just never be that type of person, or I can just never achieve that level of happiness, or see things from this point of view. But it just really is, and I hope that I can help some people get there. But back to what started this conversation today is gratitude, and I think that's one of the very important tools that I plan on talking about. So it's very clear for, I think, everyone that certain situations you end up in might not be the best. And I don't just mean like one night, I mean in life. And you might get in ruts, you might find yourself having trouble in your relationships, friendships, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever it may be. Or it can be weeks or months long, years long, your whole life. You don't feel like you can get to a level of happiness or contentness in your life with what you're given. But every day taking time to realize what you do have and how many opportunities you are given is something like magical, literally. The way we look at the situations we are in has more of an effect on the outcomes of things and how you handle things than you can seriously ever imagine if you're someone who doesn't think that the way you look at a situation could change it. Because it's really just how you respond to things. And a lot of times that's not easy. I can seriously tell you from experience, I've fallen in the trap a lot of times of kind of being a victim to my situation, or just being so upset about the place that I'm in with people in my life. And it took me taking a step back and realizing that I was doing that to myself in a way, and that I had the power to change my mindset and my perspective on the situation, to learn that, wow, there is still really a lot of great things in my life. And also the biggest thing is that once I stopped saying, I'm in a bad situation, I'm just unhappy, I was literally given the things that I was looking for when I was upset. I'm being a little bit general about my situation because I want it to be clear that this applies to a lot of different things in life, not just the specific thing that happened to me or that I went through or that I've seen in a lot of my friends and my close people in my life. So I want the takeaway from today to be that you know the power of expressing gratitude and gratefulness and being thankful for everything that you're given, because you probably have so many opportunities sitting right in front of you that you might not realize. And just taking a step back and expressing that and understanding that will open a lot of doors for you, and it will just open your eyes to the life you could be living. And you might be resistant to making these changes. Literally, I was. But once, I'm telling you, it's seriously attainable to recognize the good in the situations you're in and that you're given and the place you may be put in this crazy life. So I'll definitely be talking more about this and changing your perspective and mindset and all these different things, because it's so powerful and it really has the ability to make so many people happier in their lives, and that is all that I can ask for. So it's all that I want to do. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it helped you, whether you enjoyed the makeup part more or the minutes of motivation more. I had fun filming it as always because I love sharing these things with you. And yeah, like and follow and subscribe for more videos like these. And you guys are awesome. So thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye. We out.